Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm back with another video. I have some exciting info for you guys. Whew, bear with me. I am 30 weeks pregnant, so I will get out of breath a lot. Just a disclaimer, if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you could, please hit that like button to let me know you liked it, and hit that subscribe button to join the family and catch more content. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to breathe. It's so hard to breathe. What was I gonna say? Yeah, hit that subscribe button so you can see more content and new videos as they post. So, as you see in the title box, today I'm going to let you guys know what newborn essentials you need to properly raise a baby. Okay, so I'm a mom of 3 beautiful babies. I have an 11-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old who will soon be a 5-year-old. So I have a growing family, and I'm currently expecting baby number 4. So with this being my 4th baby, I feel that I could give new moms out there, and maybe even moms that are seasoned, some advice on what you actually need to properly raise a baby. Okay, so there are a few elements in what the human body needs to survive. So we need to eat, we need to sleep safely, and we need to get rid of our bowels. I know that's gross, but that is what we need to survive. We need food, water, being able to get rid of our bowels, and we need somewhere safely to sleep so that we can be rested for the next day, where we repeat the cycle over again. So thinking about those basic necessities, let's talk about food for number 1. So for food, babies either will drink formula or they will drink breast milk if you're breastfeeding. Now, for us adults and older people and children, we need water to survive. Thankfully for babies, water is already in the breast milk and formula, so you don't need to give a newborn additional water when they're born. The formula or breast milk is perfectly fine. So if you are a formula feeding mom, you need obviously formula. You need water to mix into the formula, which is where you'll get the water from, and you need bottles. So what you would try to start out with is a few different sized newborn stage nipples and a few different bottles. I would recommend a bottle that has the least amount of gas buildup as possible, and that's it. So as long as you have a decent bottle, a few different nipples, then you're fine in that perspective and you can safely feed baby. In addition to a bottle, I would recommend a burp cloth or some type of cloth that you're going to use that's thin enough but can absorb liquids, because your baby will spit up. So those are the 2 things when it comes to feeding for formula feeding mommies. You need formula, water, decent bottles. And in addition to that, if you want to get fancy, you can throw in specific items used to clean your bottles. Now, if you are a breastfeeding mommy, all you would need are your boobies, an apparatus like a cloth that's absorbent for the spit up. They're called burp cloths, if I didn't say that before. But you can also use any cloth. You don't need to specifically buy burp cloths. As long as it can absorb the liquid, such as spit up, snot, whatever, you want that on you, because your baby will most likely spit up in a few months, and you don't want it all over you. That's pretty much all you need for breastfeeding mommies. Your boobies and a little cloth for when you're burping baby, so that nothing gets on you or anyone else. Now, there are always extras that you can get for breastfeeding. For example, if you are a working mommy, you may want to pump your breast milk, because you would eventually have to go back to work. So you're going to leave baby with a caregiver, obviously, because we're not going to leave baby by themselves. So you would want to express your milk in some type of way to be able to have the caregiver feed that baby, or you can supplement with formula, which you would need the latter. So now we've taken care of feeding on both sides, breastfeeding and formula feeding. Okay, so now let's talk about sleeping safely. A lot of parents go out and buy bassinets for their baby as a newborn for the first few stages of life because they're so tiny and so delicate that you don't want anything to happen to them and you want them to be as safe and snug as possible. Now, do you need to go out and buy a bassinet? No. For example, me as a fourth-time mom, I feel like at this point, it's a waste to buy a bassinet because baby is only going to sit in there for maybe the first 0 to 7 months, the latest. But by 6-7 months, they're sitting up and they're going to be trying to climb out of that bassinet. And it's no longer going to be safe for them. For me, I went ahead and got a crib for this baby coming soon. So you can do that. Now, in getting a crib, you want to still make sure baby is snug. So they have items out there like the Docketot or the Snuggle Me, but you want baby to still be secure in the crib because they are small and they want to feel snug. So you could do that by either purchasing one of those apparatuses that keeps baby feeling warm and enclosed, or you can just swaddle baby and just make sure there's nothing else in the crib that would interfere with baby in terms of stopping baby's breathing or smothering baby. You know, you want to make sure baby is snug and secure. Also, put baby in a little basket as long as wherever baby is sleeping is safe and secure. Now, a lot of people co-sleep. I co-slept with my first few babies, but you want to make sure that there is something securing them because you don't want to end up rolling over on your baby in the middle of the night. You can possibly roll over on baby and you don't want that to happen. So let us move on to baby releasing bowels. You want to have something there to catch said bowels that are released because babies cannot go to the bathroom on their own. They are not potty trained and it will be a while before they're potty trained. So you want to make sure you have either diapers and wipes, or there are people that use cloth diapers, but something to catch whatever comes out because that is what we all do as humans. So you want to have either diapers or wipes. You want to make sure you have a decent set of diapers because you don't want baby getting frequent rashes or other discomforts down there. You want it to be fresh as possible. Along with diapering, you also want to have a few toiletries such as baby wash, shampoo, and powder, and a good lotion and diaper cream. So those are the basic necessities that you'll need for the area down there. Okay, so now we've covered the basic necessities, which is food and water, relieving your bowels, and sleep. Now, other than that, you'll need to obviously clothe your baby. Unless you're a nomad or you want to live like Adam and Eve and live free, then by all means just make sure you're in a good environment where baby won't get super cold. But more than likely you are going to need clothes for the baby. So you want to have a few onesies on hand, a few zip up pajamas. Now I say zip up because I prefer that versus anything that you have to button up or clip or any of the latter. A newborn baby is going to be fidgety and they're going to be crying 24/7. They don't like to feel cold. They don't like to feel uncomfortable. They want to be comfortable as possible. So you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're clothing baby with is the most seamless and quick as possible. So I like things that you can zip up, that you can just put over, that you can just clip once, and that's it. So keep in mind when you're buying clothing for babies that you try to look at, especially for the newborn stage, you want to look at the most easiest thing. First time moms, when we're getting our little cute baby boy or baby girl, you want to go out and get the cutest little outfits. But sometimes the cutest little outfits means a lot of stress and headache for both you and baby, because you're sitting there trying to fidget and figure out how to get this on the baby. So make sure it's as simple as possible. After clothing, you want things to swaddle baby in. So these are bigger blankets, but you don't want it too thick or too fluffy. You just want it to be enough that it will keep baby snug and warm. So you want a thinner material, and you want something that's long that can wrap around baby and snuggle them tight, because when they're in the womb, they're used to being confined and restricted and warm. So you want baby to feel that same effect as much as possible when they come out the womb, to keep them as calm as possible. Because the one thing that can drive you crazy is that screaming baby in the background 24/7. And if you want some peace and sanity, which there will be very little of it in the newborn stages, then this will help you out. You can thank me later. So make sure that baby has something to be wrapped up in and snuggled and swaddled so that they can feel nice and warm. So let's move on to baby gear now. We're going to need something to carry baby around in safely. So I would recommend either an infant car seat or a comfortable car seat. Now, if you have a very small baby, I would prefer the infant car seat for the baby, because that keeps baby nice and snug. So I would just make sure you check the safety ratings for that car seat and make sure it will carry baby safely. This video is about the basic necessities for baby. So you can research and do your preferences. Just make sure that it's safe, it's snug for baby, and it will last. You want to make sure that it goes up to a certain weight as well, so that baby can have it from newborn stage all the way to 12 months possibly, and if not, as long as possible. Now, you don't necessarily need a stroller, but if you plan on traveling out a lot or going on long walks, or if you live in the city, then that's another item that you can get for baby, but again, it is not a necessity. Now, unless you plan on carrying baby around all day, the thing you want to get is something where you can safely put baby down in during the day. Either a little bouncer or a little lounger type thing, anything that can keep the baby safe and secure, or like the DuetSoothe type bassinet pillow thingy that will keep the baby snug, where you can just place baby down in it. That's perfectly fine. When you want more ease and comfort, I would recommend a good bouncer and a good baby swing. Whether it's like a Mamaroo or a Graco swing, you want to make sure that there's something that you can put baby down in while you do your daily tasks, and baby can feel comforted and content. Now, I recommend both a bouncer and a swing, because you can't take the swing everywhere unless it's small and compact, but even then, so it has a lot of things to it where it swings. So unless it's like a really, really compact modern swing that's super easy to carry around with you, then I'd recommend having a bouncer as well. So like if you want to hop in the shower really quick and you want baby to be right next to you as they're awake, pop them in that bouncer and bring the bouncer to the bathroom, then pop them in the bouncer. Don't pop them in the bouncer and carry it. That's safe, so I'm not recommending that, but you know what I mean. Without the bouncer, as long as you have a little lounge or something, you can place baby on the floor as long as they're safe and secure and there are no other obstacles. You want to make sure none of that is around. Additional items that you may need and that may be recommended by your pediatrician as well, or prescribed by your pediatrician, are medications. You will probably be best to have a thermometer on hand so that you can check baby's temperature just in case. You want a nose aspirator, any type. They have the little bulbs that they send you home with the hospital, so you don't necessarily have to go out and buy one, but there are some popular ones like the Nose Frida that moms swear by. I myself have not used that yet, because again, it's been 5 years since I've had my last newborn baby, and it may have been around, but it just wasn't a necessity for me. So the little nose bulb was fine for me. But other than that, your medications, vitamins, prescriptions, and any preventative items such as like the nose aspirator, humidifiers, you want things that will be there to keep baby comfortable. Now, of course, you don't need a humidifier if baby is stuffy. You can do it old school and lock yourself up in the bathroom and turn on the hot shower and let the heat and the steam seep through and cleanse baby's nostrils. Now, if you have multiple children, especially if you have children back to back, where you're maybe carrying a newborn and you have a 1-year-old or 2-year-old little baby or 3-year-old, you want to make sure you have some type of hands-free carrier for the baby. This was a godsend for me when I had my last two back-to-back 5 years ago, because your 1-year-old or 2-year-old is going to want your attention 24/7. I would say to have a toddler between 1 and 4, they're going to be wanting your attention 24/7, as well as that newborn baby. So it was very convenient for me to have a carrier that you wear on your body. You want to be able to carry baby close to you so baby feels comforted and protected, and you want to be able to grab your other baby and aid them and tend to them as needed. You can also add accessories such as socks and mittens and hats. Me personally, I'd recommend hats. I would recommend a few socks for when you have those little outfits with the onesies and maybe the little pants. For the newborn stages, when baby is home all the time, I would just keep baby in a quick outfit, like a zip-up pajamas that has the mittens attached and the footies. Or if it's hotter and warmer weather, then I would have either like a onesie or a kimono, which are my favorite as well, because you can just put it over baby and snap it, or a little overshirt. And I would have baby swaddled up in some type of swaddle, and that would be it. You don't need much more than that. So guys, I hope that the information in this video was informative to you. I wanted this to be as basic as possible because, again, as a mom, I watch a lot of videos for newborn essentials as well. And there are some items that are just over the top or out there in terms of price. That's not really a necessity or essential. So no shade, I wanted to make the most basic video possible because I know I had my first child as a young mom, and there are a lot of things that you can't always go out and afford unless you got it in your baby shower, and that's okay. As long as you're taking care of your baby and loving them and making sure that they're raised to be a beautiful human being in the world, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going through the stage where I do want to go out and buy the extras. This video is only for those that want to know what basic items they need, the bare minimum to properly raise a baby. Okay, so if you enjoyed this content, hit that like button, leave me a lovely comment down below, and let me know how you feel. If you guys feel that there's something I left out, feel free to comment down below. We're all not perfect, so I love the feedback. Other than that, hit that subscribe button again if you're new, hit that like button, and I would love to hear from you guys, and we'll check back with you later. So take care.